Hey, good morning. We're headed to the Lone Star Hiking Trail. Woohoo! I'm excited, my wife is not. We stayed at College Station last night so we could visit with our youngest daughter and son-in-law. Had a good meal. Then got up really early this morning, left the motel just a few minutes ago. Got about an hour and a half drive and get an early start. So anyway, we're headed that way. Maybe my wife will get woke up and happy by then. Here we are. We're back at the trailhead now at about mile 54, 54.2 I think it is. And Michelle's dropping me off here and she's fixing to head back home. And everything looks pretty soggy. So we're going to make the best of it. I told her I hope I won't be calling her tonight and say, hey, come get me. So anyway, all right, time to head out. When I get to the San Jacinto River, maybe late tomorrow afternoon or the next morning, that's probably the only thing I'm really worried about getting across because of the amount of rain that we've had. It's been a wet year for Texas this year. I don't know if that's going to be passable. We'll find out when we get there. It's just all part of the adventure. You see by the double blazes it's going to turn left. And we're going to go down here and find a creek crossing. We're going to get wet yet, you know what? But y'all see where I've got that number 4 circled right there? That's that pond I just came up on. Met a couple of guys there that were in for a little hike and going to spend the night there. It had a beautiful spot on that pond and didn't even get a picture of the pond. Man, it's just a beautiful spot right there. And the reason I got a number 4 there, Lone Star Hiking Trail Club rates the water on a scale of 1 to 5 drops. And that was 4 drops, so I knew that was a pretty reliable water source. You see where we've got those double blazes? And you see the double blazes, the tops of them are angled to the right. Okay, well that means that when the trail is marked correctly like this one is, that means you've got to turn to the right up ahead. If you're not paying attention to blazes, you look and think, man, you got to be paying attention to those blazes. If you're paying attention to the blazes, you know we're going to turn back to the right. And sure enough, there you can see on that big old pine, we got double blazes pointing to the left. So we're going back to the left. Oh joy. It's probably up in the low to mid 40s right now. And aside from my feet being a little bit wet, God, this is perfect for hiking, backpacking. I got a pack weight of 25 pounds and not including my water. So crap, with the suspension on this thing, it's nothing. So God, I'm having a good day. Well, you can forget about trying to stay dry. You can see what this looks like, and this is not bad. I just came through a section that was well over ankle deep for about a quarter of a mile. So I'm pretty well soaked. I was going to stop up here and change my socks, but there's really no need to. Well, I've always said if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, how are y'all?
Wonderful.
Very good. All right, here's a group that's from Houston. Is that where y'all are from?
Houston area trails.
And Toronto.
And Toronto. Oh, wow, you've really come a long ways. So this weather's nothing for you, is it?
Very wet.
Yeah, well, be prepared to get wetter if y'all are with the group up ahead.
Yeah.
About 1/8 of a mile. You're going to go through about 1/4 of a mile of about 8-inch water.
I got water in my shoes now, so it's okay.
Yeah, there's no getting around it. So anyway, so y'all come up from Houston to do some hiking, huh?
Yeah,
All right, well, that's cool. Y'all got a big group, haven't you?
yeah, we started the hike over 50.
A lot of people turn back.
Oh, no kidding, man. You almost like brought a tour bus. All right, man. Well, I'm going to get on. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of forget that this is Saturday. And of course, Saturday and Sunday, that's when you're going to see the majority of your people come out. that are doing their day hikes or overnight trips, like the two guys back there at the pond. But this last bunch, wow, I don't even know how many of them I passed. Probably close to 20 of them. They all came up here together from Houston. And one of the young men told me the name of their association. I don't remember what it was, but they all hiked together. It's cool to see that many people coming out, taking advantage of our national forest. Ooh, Lord. My wife says when I get out here and do this stuff that I'm eccentric. You know what eccentric is, don't you? That's a nice way of saying you're nuts. There's not really any escaping this. Just so much water, so much rain. You really can't even get off trail, because everything out off the trail is the same way. The best thing we can hope for is drying out tonight. Getting the shoes dry is going to be a chore. Whew, believe it or not, the most firm place you can walk on is right down the middle of this tread. You try to get off trail, it looks not bad over there. Not too bad over there. Over here, this is firm. We made it through the big woods section. That was about a 9-mile hike. And that's only about 12:30, so doggone it, even in spite of all the water and the mud and everything else, still making pretty good time. I've got about almost a 5-mile road hike to do now. And I'm not too fond of that, but have a little bit of lunch. What I will do is try to wring some of this water out of my shoes, go ahead and put on a dry pair of socks, and maybe on that road hike I can get my shoes dried up a little bit before tonight. So, well, everything at that trailhead back there was just soaked. There's not even a spot to just sit down and have your lunch. So, a couple of miles from here, there's a Baptist church that allows people to, you know, hikers, to stop and get water. Now, I'm still good on water. Crap, man. I haven't hardly drank any water, which is not good. You need to be hydrated. But I'm going to go ahead and walk this little over 2-mile section and get over there maybe to that church and stop there. Find me a spot where I can just kind of chill out for a while and get out of the mud and the water. All right. What's up, big boy? Lone Star Hiking Trail Club has mentioned dogs. I get out in the forest, so I'm not too worried about anything in the forest. Crap, I've been up in the mountains in mountain lion country and bear country, and I've never even come close to having a confrontation of any kind. Sometimes I wish I could see one. I got a zoom lens, I'm not afraid to use it. But anyway, when it comes to these dogs, some people may not like it, some people may not agree with it, but I will carry pepper spray for the dogs. 22 years ago, I had a dog rip my left wrist wide open. Medium-sized black dog. Really didn't look that menacing, and kind of caught me off guard. And he grabbed me by my wrist, and man, I was doing everything I could to get him let loose. Finally, it just ripped through. You can see, I don't know if it's tendons, ligaments, whatever it was. Which wound up making a quick trip to the emergency room. So, you can bet when I get out, whether people like it or not, I'm going to carry that pepper spray just for that. All right. Oh, it's okay. Come on. Come on. Now, you see what I'm talking about? Don't be foolish and trust them. Coming up on Evergreen Baptist Church. And if you got your maps downloaded, or if you look at the website for the Lone Star Hiking Trail Club, they'll tell you that the sanctuary, behind the sanctuary, they've got a water spigot they let hikers fill up. That's pretty cool. I'm really good on water, but I just wanted y'all to see this and point this out, Because if you do come out here during the season when water's hard to come by, then this is your place. Evergreen Baptist Church is about 11.2 miles into my hike. It's 1:30, and I've got 2.7 more miles of road walking to do. Man, I got to get these wet socks off. Dry my feet out a little bit. Get some dry socks on, and maybe have a little lunch, because I never did stop for lunch. But if I get my feet dried out, get some fresh socks on, maybe in that 2.7 mile hike to get into the Magnolia section, I get my shoes dried off a little bit. If the Magnolia section is like the last one, it's not really going to matter. But like I said, it's supposed to be high 20s tonight, so I'd sure like to have some dry shoes for in the morning if possible. So I'm going to have a little bit of lunch. Might cook up a little ramen. Whew, try to dry my old foots out a little bit. Head on. Time to get going. It's almost 2 o'clock. Got to make some tracks. It's about 48 degrees right now. If the sun was shining, man, it would really be nice. But you can see behind me, there's no sunshine. It's cold, a little windy. But as soon as I get some miles back up under me, I'll warm back up and it'll be good. I'm fixing to turn right on 945 up here. Woo. I'll tell you one thing, a nice cup of coffee sure be good. I wonder if they got any here. Hello? Anybody home? Anybody have a nice hot cup of coffee? I don't think so. I think they were closed. Lone Star Hiking Trail, a half a mile ahead. So that's good. I'll be back in the woods at about 14 miles or so. I'm at about mile marker 67, maybe just a little bit more than that. The mile markers here at the trailhead, somebody's kind of ripped them off. And anyway, but you can see where somebody wrote on here, bridge at San Jacinto is out, mile marker 71. Ah well, with the weather we've had, you can expect that, and I think that's been out for a while, so that'll be an adventure. We'll just see what we're going to do when we get there. But anyway, let's get signed in on this section. Alright, I'm checked in on this section. This is what they call the Magnolia section here. You hear that, Michelle? The Magnolia section. I just hope it's a little drier. Magnolia, I got to hold you. Put your sweet perfume on me. Oh, my blossom, I got to have me some. Sweeter than mimosa, my little sweet magnolia. That's from my wife, y'all. I made it to the Magnolia campsite, and if you got a Lone Star Hiking Trail map, you're looking at about 58.5 miles. So today, that gives me about 14.5 miles of hiking. That's not too bad. I believe I'm going to stop here. I usually don't use these designated camp areas. In National Forest, you don't have to except during hunting season. But anyway, I think I'm going to stop and get me a good rest and work on getting my shoes dry for tomorrow. And it's only like maybe 3:45 in the afternoon. There's still a lot of hiking time left, but I'm just going to go ahead and get camp set up and chill for a while. All right, y'all, I don't know how well you can see. It's dark outside now, and I'm in my tent. Boy, I'll tell you what, I got my first tent when I was 12 years old, and I've got a hammock. I use it sometimes, but I just love my tents, man. You know, I'm in here. It's supposed to be like 29 in the morning. I'm in my tent. I've got everything in here with me. Nothing's left outside. I've got my good Exped Down Mat 5, Lat 5 sleeping pad that's got a R rating of well over 4. A little piece of Reflectix that's got an R rating of 1 or 2 on top of that. And then I've got my old Go Light Z10 bag. That bag is wonderful, so I'm going to sleep nice tonight. And you know, I hammock camp sometimes, but that's just not my thing. This is. So I'm fixing to go to bed. Y'all get out of here.